Yeah. Today is the January 19, 2014. I was just thinking, because I make these videos now and then. So my thought was to post a video this morning. It's about 5:07, I think. 5:06 in the morning. My name is Chris H. Candelaria. Anyway, there's some things I wanted to say, but they're a little bit boring. But let me get to the it's like the important thing I was thinking is see, the idea was, suppose a guy, he wants a girl, hot, sexy, 18. I mean, I'm 43, I like him 18. So suppose I want a hot, sexy, 18-year-old girlfriend. Now people who hear that, they might think, sounds a little bit, but see, the thing is that with me, I like to clarify things, because sometimes things are not clear. So, when I say 18, hot and sexy, it reminds me, like one time, somebody, like when you want to rub something in, because you want to see the feeling of how people feel. And so, when I say like hot, sexy 18, it's kind of like emphasizes something. But anyway, I was just thinking of an example, but I don't know. I'll put the example aside right now because I have to recall it from memory. But it's kind of complicated. But getting back to the first part I was saying was that, like, if I talk to the people, how do I want people to perceive me? Now, I was thinking, should I run for the president of the United States? Now, recently I heard problems with Chris Christie, the governor of New Jersey, about misusing relief funds of Hurricane Sandy to promote tourism. So I was thinking, if I was running for president. But then I said, it's just a temptation, because then I was thinking about Justin Bieber. Recently he had a problem. I heard he egged someone's house or something, and they wanted to deport him to Canada. I was thinking, Justin Bieber makes money, but he's not the president. He's not running for president. So then I was thinking, how am I looking forward to making money? Now, buy a lottery ticket, I don't win. But how can, I get rich? So I was thinking, Elvis Presley makes money, Justin Bieber makes money, Rihanna makes money, Beyonce Knowles make money. I was thinking, they're not elected officials. So I said to myself, let me check the camera. Yeah, because I don't have a mirror to check it. Sometimes when I make a video, I make it in the hallway. There's a mirror, so when I'm videotaping or myself talking, I can see the reflection, because I'm looking in a mirror in front of me. Now, I was thinking maybe I should go ahead and say the example. Somebody had issues with me. Her name was Suzanne Knapp. That's Steve Wilson, King of the Streets Wilson. He used to live here. His landlord used to be a black guy called Jeff. I think Jeff Dubois was black guy. Used to be the landlord of this guy in the complex named Steve Wilson. Anyway, when she was moving, she was like, "Can I borrow your dolly?" And then when she asked me on the phone, she goes, "So why can't move my refrigerator?" Like she was rubbing it in, move my refrigerator. Kind of like she sensed that I wouldn't want her to borrow my dolly or something, but she wanted to rub it in. I like people to borrow my dollies, move their refrigerators, break my dolly or something. So she was emphasizing, because she wanted to see how negative I was towards it. If people come up to you in the parking lot and they say, "Oh, you got $5, so I can give myself something to eat," people usually get uncomfortable. They don't really like to give $5 away. Suppose everybody comes up to everybody in the parking lot and says, "You got $5, so I can catch a bus." But anyway, my point is that when I say I like girls hot, sexy 18, I want a girlfriend hot, sexy 18, or you think about guys who want hot girls, sexy 18, to me, it's I'm trying to talk about a commodity, something you can get, that gives pleasure. I mean, pleasure can come from owning a restaurant, from buying a nice new house, from being wealthy, from having a lot of money in the bank. So my point is, how come people have nice things, nice cars, nice houses, nice careers, or in my words, how I say, hot, sexy 18, a nice, attractive girlfriend? And so, what's this mean? What's the point of all this? The point is that, I was thinking, today's Sunday, so I was thinking about, if you go to church, you spend time in church. Spend an hour, you spend 2 hours, spend 3 hours, depends on what church you go to. Then I was trying to relate it to girls hot, sexy 18. How come I don't have a girlfriend hot, sexy 18? It's the complicatedness of it is what the purpose is of the video that I'm making now. Is that I always blamed my childhood that it was causing me to deprive of a hot girlfriend, hot, sexy girlfriend. I like them hot, I like them sexy. It's kind of how I said, if just borrow my move my refrigerator, rubbing it in. But the thing is when you go to school, when you're little, high school, middle school, junior high, whatever, career counseling is always available. You can get that at the college level, community college. But when it comes to getting hot girlfriends, it's a little bit more complicated. And that's what I specialize in. I specialize in getting hot girlfriends. I know people might think it's kind of funny, but getting a hot, sexy, attractive girlfriend, what I want, I feel, is similar to having a lot of money, to getting a lot of money, to college success, getting a degree, and acquiring, a nice house, nice cars, and financial security. But what's different between hot, sexy girlfriend, 18 or whatever, it's not as clearly spoken or understood. Like, suppose I want a hot girl, sexy 18. How do I get one? Well, suppose I want money. How do I get it? I mean, I've heard a lot of people tell me, go to college, get a degree. Most people would say that. I mean, advice on how you can earn a high level of living, like make a lot of money. It's common to hear, go to school, go to vocational school, go to, there's a lot of schools that offer programs like bachelor's degree, master's degree, or certificates, like medical assistant, stuff like that, like UEI college, vocational college. You could become a vocational nurse, licensed vocational nurse. But what about a school that teaches you how to get hot, sexy girlfriends? It's kind of silly, but in my mind, that's what I was like creating. It would be something called the University of Chippendales, School of King of the Girl Getters. Kind of like written out after like USC, School of Law, or UCI, School of Medicine. So it'd be like University of the Sexy Men, King of the Girl Getters. So then you might think, what does this all relate to? And what's the point? Well, of course, I have interest to get paid for things like just, speaking to the people. That people, they hear me speak, I feel that they should donate money to me. Then you say, why, if we're talking about getting hot, sexy girlfriends? Well, you see, there's a lot more to it. So it's almost like if I was like a father figure to the people. I mean, I said I'm the super prophet. I said that I'm a prophet of God. I said I'm Jesus Christ too, Son of God too. What's two mean? What is two mean? Two means not the original Jesus, but like a second version of him. But it doesn't have to be exactly what he was. See, Jesus Christ, what they say in the Bible, came to earth, or whatever you want to call it, the Virgin Mary, so that he could help people. Now, how can this video help people? Well, like I said, I blame my childhood for being weak, so I couldn't compete well with guys. It's all about competition. Because how come I don't have a hot, sexy girlfriend? Hot and sexy 18, yes. It sounds funny, but hot, sexy 18-year-old girls can give me a lot of pleasure. I like hot, sexy 18-year-old girls. Now, so what's the point of it? So, the point is the emphasis of training in the childhood so you can get hot, sexy 18 girls. What I'm trying to say is that a childhood has the power so that when the boy is older, he can get the hot girls. And then what's the point of the video now? Well, see, like I said, today was Sunday, so I was visualizing if I go to church, that I would sit for hours in the church so that I could learn. But then I was thinking about, because I do post a lot of examples. See, a lot of times I'll post on the Facebook pages, a lot of stuff. And people reading it, they might think, what's the point of posting, the things I post. Hold on, let me check it again. Yeah, let's make sure it's recording correctly. You see, the point of posting is to show a deficiency. See, when I say hot, sexy girls 18, that's what I like, to give me pleasure. It represents something I don't have, and I blame my childhood because I don't compete good with the guys. So I lose out to the other guy. The other guy takes my girl. So the girl that I could have had to enjoy it with, time with, the other guy gets it. But what does that relate to the posting? Okay, the posting shows people who commit crimes. Okay, they commit crimes, and the object is to show how my teachings can prevent people from committing crimes. So when people commit crimes, like when I post, why do they commit them? So this is the part that I say that cops really would like to hear, because cops, they get frustrated sometimes with their jobs, and the good examples like Kelly Thomas case. The cops have to deal with people, and sometimes it gets really frustrating and hectic. Even I've seen judges also, when they get frustrated with cases, it's a lot more, a burden than if it's nice and smooth. Now, in a way, I consider myself a genius with superhuman intelligence, not of this earth. And if it wasn't that way, I wouldn't be asking for money. I mean, I like donations, to make money as much as Justin Bieber or more, like Frank Sinatra. Otherwise, I would be wasting my time making this video. Now, so what I'm trying to say is that people who commit crimes, they have a deficiency in their childhood somehow, because they, didn't learn enough, right from wrong, religion, and law. Now, it gets complicated. It gets really complicated when you think about it. Okay, but those three things are important. Now, let's listen to them one more time. Religion, law of the land, and right from wrong. Now, those were three things. Okay, now remember how I told you about University of Chippendale's King of the Girl Getters, School of the Hot Sexy Man? Okay, so maybe College of the Macho Man. So now let's relate this, okay? In the University of Chippendale is the imaginary university. So, I created so I can get myself a hot, sexy 18 because I'm 43, but I like them 18. Hot and sexy. Now, I'll go with older women, 25, 24, I don't know. Show me the girl, we'll talk. But I need to be able to compete for 18. Because suppose I see one 18. What am I going to do? Just say, I can't compete for 18 because I'm only focused on 23 or 25 or 27. No, it can't be that way, right? I could cross paths with an 18-year-old girl anywhere. I gotta have all bases covered. I have to be able to compete for 18-year-old girls, hot and sexy. Now, let's get back. These are the three important things that I developed for the University of King of the Girl Getters. One, your body has to not have too much fat. This is what I'm saying it applies to men. They need to have a hot body. Now, hot body, obviously you can see my body. If you see how I look, I have a lot of fat, obviously. You need to be worked out with muscles. Body of Chippendales, muscular body, no fat. And then I added one more thing. I added good fighter. Now, it's complicated, but I added good fighter, meaning martial arts, physical fighting skills, fist fighting ability, and then there's, little things. But personalities are little things too, combined with the fist fighter guy, or karate guy. So I had like 3 things and a little bit more. I said low fat, good muscles, good fighting ability, and then a little bit good personality by combining the street fighter and having a good personality. Good personality, street smart or whatever you want to call it. Good social person. Deals with people person. So you can see that we have some similarities here. We can see that, like I spoke in the first place about religion, right from wrong and law of the land, we have it on one side, and to get the hot, sexy girl 18 that I like, because I'm 43, I like them hot and sexy 18, but I'll go a little bit older too, I don't care, whatever, show me the girl. So, we have low fat, worked out muscles, martial arts ability, and, a little bit of, good personality, or perhaps a lot of that, and social and outgoing person. And so, like I said, I feel the childhood is a very big contributor, so a guy can compete well and get a hot, sexy girlfriend. So now, getting back to the purpose of the posting. People who commit crimes, there's a lot of consequences for committing crimes, obviously. So, the consequences causes deprivation. Deprivation means, like, they deprive themselves of life and liberty, as well as others that they victimize. Because, like they say, you do the crime, you do the time. So, they even had a song about this. I forgot it was they were saying it was like, crime. I bet you really didn't know the crime pays twice. Once in money, twice in years. In the jail cell, trying to hide your tears. That one. So, it's this, I try to think something about Miami Vice or something. I'll try to find it on the internet, but it was like, it's like, crime, it pays real nice, but you really didn't know that crime pays twice. Once in money, twice in years. In the jail cell, trying to hide your tears. And so, perhaps maybe they didn't want to commit the crime. A lot of times the crime, it doesn't just lead people to lose their lives as a result of capital punishment. It doesn't just make the perpetrator lose their life because they have to spend years or life in prison or more or whatever. But it also victimizes people that maybe they overlooked, that causes a lot of problems for the public and society. People who are victimized, they also lose. And it's not just the victims, it's also the families of the victims. Victims have friends and families, loved ones that suffer as much or even more than the victims of crimes themselves. So if we can really talk to the people who commit crimes, and we can talk to them, perhaps in the afterlife, we can make a movie. If that's where they are, or perhaps if they're in prison, but they don't want to admit guilt because they still profess their innocence, but they know they did the crime. But if we can make a movie, and if there's, Hollywood producers out there who find out about this video and they want to make a movie with me? I need the money. Hire me. Make me wealthy. Like a movie star. Make me like a big wealthy movie star. Because I need the money, really. I'm a poor guy. Now, what I was saying was that if we make a movie, I mean, let's pretend we're making a movie. So I'm talking to someone in the afterlife. I'm talking to someone, sentenced to life in prison or in death row, and I ask them, do you really want to do it? And they tell me no. And I ask them, why did you do it? At first, they don't really know. They're clueless. But then after I talk to them, I mean, in imagination, okay, this is why the cops probably would love me. Because see, when the police officers have to do their job, they have to just do it at face value. If someone commits a crime, then, the job of the police is to put them in jail and, to get prosecuted by the district attorney, and then the legal system, they go through it, they do the time. Now, this is the part that makes police work easy. Because you're working with the mind of the criminal, and you're making the mind function properly. It's like in the movie Frankenstein, there was two brains, and the guy accidentally put the wrong brain in the guy. I mean, it's make-believe, but so you got one brain that says normal, one that says abnormal. So people who commit crime, is this an abnormal behavior? I mean, it's supposed to be considered abnormal, because if everyone committed crimes, what would the world be like? You see my point? Getting back to some more of the evidence is that if I'm discussing it in fantasy, in make-believe, so I'm questioning them in the afterlife, after death of the criminal, either because he died during the police or capital punishment or whatever, killed him, and then if he committed suicide, and then also life in prison or death row for the other one. And so I'm like saying, did you really want to do it? And so they don't know. And so I'm like talking to them and explaining to them that most likely we can find a lot of stuff in their childhood that contributed that they would be that way and be on a high level of tendency to do that. It's like if you have a little girl and her father's holding her hand and teaching her how to walk. He's like walking with her, or he's teaching her how to ride a bicycle with training wheels, and he's walking with her. It's like the devil or Satan or the evil, or Mr. Evil, is holding the hand of candidates and leading them to the path of crime and the crimes they commit. And it seems that they can't resist going down that path. And in the make-believe movie, that I'm talking about, they kind of seem to agree with me, because the consequence of the crime is not really. It's not really what they don't really like it. They don't like life in prison. They don't like to be killed or commit suicide or whatever it is that they did. A lot of them end up that way, or be on death row. And so that's my point when I say hot, sexy girls 18. I'm trying to emphasize the childhood, how strong it is, and how important it is. Obviously, you can see my intelligence is extraordinary. You can see that I'm a genius, and my intelligence is beyond the intelligence of this planet. You can see that I speak and say that I'm the Son of God, too, the Messiah, too. Number 2 means not Jesus, but the second Jesus, as if it was the second coming of Jesus. Jesus Christ, he was in the Bible, the first Jesus. I say that I'm a prophet of God, a super prophet. I say my name is Chris H. Candelaria. Now, see, God is the Father of the people, the Creator, and He sees the problems. He wants to help. He really does. He really wants to help people. And this is the way He wants to do it. It's like a father of the people. It's like Father Chris, Big Daddy Chris, wants to help the people of the earth by using superhuman intelligence that, given to him by the Creator of mankind. So when people look at Chris Candelaria, they can see him as a figure. I mean, just think, they see Justin Bieber as a figure, they see Rihanna as a figure, they see Frank Sinatra as a figure. So they see Chris as a figure, but Chris needs money. They give Chris money. They see Chris as a figure, and Chris helps the people. Now, rock singers like Bieber, he gives people music and songs. People enjoy the songs. Justin Bieber makes money. Chris Candelaria, the prophet of God, gives people crime prevention. He gives people good advice. Advice that's coming from Chris is a genius advice. That's coming also from God. So it's almost like, let's pretend that we're three things. Okay, let's say, like a rock singer, a movie star. They provide for the public. The public gives them money. A lawyer and a doctor, they make good money. They provide for the public. The public gives them money. But what about a crime prevention master who contributes to society by teaching people what needs to be done, who the cops end up loving him because he takes the frustration out of, he takes frustration out of all this that police have to face, because he does the work. He's trying to fix it so that people function correctly, because when people don't function correctly and they function abnormally, that's what frustrates the cops. It frustrates everyone. It frustrates the judges, and that's the purpose of all the posts that I put, is to show evidence of abnormal behavior. So correcting abnormal behavior, like Department of Corrections, DOC, Department of Correction, is to try to correct civilization. Now, I say that I'm the director of mass human civilization for God. Now, the director of mass human civilization is that the entire planet is one, united people, for the prevention of World War III and for the prevention of crime nationally and worldwide, globally. So it advocates one president for the whole planet, one language for the whole planet. So we have one president, one nation, the United States of God, and one president, one language, and one nation. It's the only way we can prevent World War III. One time a general said, we're fighting a war with what we have, not what we would like to have. We must live within our means. Nuclear technology and develop nuclear weapons by nations is threatening the survival and existence of human beings. Human beings are on the verge of extinction because World War III threatens to destroy the creation of God, human beings. One man is the only person who can save the planet and all human beings. And that is I, Chris H. Candelaria, the super prophet. A fascinating new type of messenger, a fascinating new type of prophet that combines incredible street smart ability, technology, crime prevention, World War III prevention, and designed and built and architected and engineered by God, Creator Himself, for the year we live in, for the year 2014. For I am Chris H. Candelaria, the super prophet, 2014 2014, and I have been, I guess, personally trained by God the Creator Himself for the purpose of saving the planet from World War III and greatly reducing crime and evil in the nation and world. Now remember, the prevention of World War III is almost identical to prevention of crime and evil. It's the people united, taught in childhood. It's best in childhood, but it could be taught in adulthood for the prevention of crime, for the prevention of World War III, and for the prevention of evil. For I am Chris H. Candelaria, the Director of Mass Human Civilization, for God the Creator of human beings, for the planet Earth. Mass human civilization means the whole Earth united under one form of government, but civil war is possible. That means that states can check power of the federal power. So even if they have one president, that doesn't mean that corruption is the only way, is inevitable. It's because civil war can block it. If states have voting power, so if a lot of states band together because they feel that something is wrong, then they can force, certain things that they want to change to happen, kind of like when they have labor unions and stuff, or police unions. They can band together. Let's say that the nation's divided. That's what happened in Civil War. Civil war is still possible, but the thing is that global unity will prevent World War III, because World War means separate countries, separate leaders are against each other, and in the United States of God means that everyone's united together, so they're not going to use nuclear weapons against each other. It's less likely, but a lot less likely. We must be one. We can't look at them as Russians. We can't look at them as Jews. They must be fellow human beings. Racism is what caused World War II during Hitler. We can't have racism. We must see each other as one human being, fellow human beings. Different races, but fellow human beings. Perhaps one language would be the best. One language. No more passports, no more visas. You can go anywhere in the world. There's no immigration problems. Everywhere you go, it's just one language. One president, one federal system, one money system. Only one money system. One time a guy was selling football helmets, and I told him, is it comfortable? He said, it's not about comfort, it's for football. It's not designed for comfort, it's designed for football. It's not the best thing for us, but we have to survive. This is about survival. Our priority is to save ourselves. In order to save ourselves, we have to be able to do what it takes to survive. Without this, we can have everything we want now, and then World War III could erupt and we'll have nothing. People will become extinct. Well, good is everything that we had that we wouldn't sacrifice, good and do, if we have no earth to live on. Think about it. What good is everything that we have now as humans? How will that benefit us if we have no world to live in? Think about it. And then think about it of what I said. One money system, one financial currency system for the whole earth, one president, one language for the whole earth. Just think of it this way. The money system would be United States money. The language system would be English. The whole earth would be kind of like as if it was the United States. Everyone would have the right to vote. It would be a democracy. And the chances of World War III using nuclear weapons would be very little. If people didn't like something, they can band together. States could band together. Civil war is possible, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a nuclear war. It would just be a civil war. That means non-nuclear. I'm going to have to sign off now. But remember, I thought about if I should run for the president of the United States, and I thought to myself, if I was a president of the United States, all the controversial things I said I wouldn't be able to say. Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor of California, and he had to keep quiet about a lot of things. He couldn't even be seen without his suit. He didn't come on publicly with his tank top. He didn't pose his muscles because a lot of things would have been controversial. See, this is about controversy. And, you know, Justin Bieber makes money. He's not a president. He's not a governor. The best thing to do is not to be an elected official and to just be seen like if I was a famous singer like Rihanna, like Beyonce knows, like Frank Sinatra. And I can enjoy the money I make because I'm sure Rihanna and Beyonce knows and Justin Bieber are enjoying their money. And that's the way I think it should be done. So until next time, my name is Chris H. Candelaria, the Super Prophet. I live 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 33, Stanton, California, United States. My phone number is 714-249-5027, 714-249-5027. My email is chriscandelaria69@yahoo.com, chriscandelaria69@yahoo.com. Until next time, notify all the news channels, put this video on the news, notify all the legislatures, try to get me on a talk show, get me on Queen Latifah, get me on Dr. Phil, get me on every show. I need the money, but still, what I speak makes sense. The public can learn a lot. We can prevent a lot of problems. And don't forget Justin Bieber. He has problems. His neighbors, they say he egged the neighbor's house. They want to deport him to Canada. Till next time. All right.